Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Keith and I'm sure glad you stopped by today. In today's video, I invite you to come along with me as we grill up some 2-zone baked potatoes using the indirect method. Now, the techniques I'm going to show you today are going to help ensure these baked potatoes have that nice smoky flavor throughout the entire potato, and also show you some tips and tricks to ensure that skin is nice and crispy and oh so flavorful. If that sounds good to you, let's dive in. Here recently we started our channel memberships, and I'm happy to announce and shout out our very first channel member, Dwayne Reynolds. Thank you so much for choosing to support and further partner with our channel. We truly appreciate you. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, I'll drop a link down in the description below that will provide some additional information for you. And also keep in mind that moving forward, our goal and intent is to use channel memberships as a means to provide you with more value and quality content. We're going with our standard 2 chimney starters for today's grilling session. I'll be using Kingsford original charcoal briquettes. If you need some additional help with using chimney starters, I'll drop a card up above and leave a link down in the description below to a video that's dedicated to showing you how to use chimney starters. Here's a rundown of the seasonings we'll be using today: some extra virgin olive oil, some sea salt, and some black pepper. The first thing we're going to do is to get our potatoes out of the bag and get them rinsed and washed. Definitely don't skip this step. You'd be surprised how much dirt is on these potatoes straight out the bag. We picked up these russet potatoes from Sam's Club. Sometimes it's hard to find the large potatoes in the regular grocery stores, but Sam's Club usually carries these. Since we have a family of 10, we're going to be grilling up a total of 12 potatoes today, so we'll have a few extra ones left over. After patting the potatoes dry with a paper towel, we're ready to use either a knife or fork to poke holes in each potato. We're doing this so steam can escape from the potato while it's cooking. Now we're ready to rub each potato down with some extra virgin olive oil, and then we'll rub on a liberal amount of both sea salt and black pepper. The combination of olive oil and our seasonings is going to help ensure we get a nice crispy and flavorful texture on each potato. For today's grilling session, I'm going with my standard vent configuration. We'll set the intake vent to be wide open, and we'll set the exhaust stack to be set to about halfway. If we need to make any adjustments, we'll make them to the exhaust stack. But honestly, I very seldom make any adjustments at all to my vents. Through a lot of trial and error, I found that my grill drafts and performs the best with this vent configuration. So I just like leaving this alone. And if we need to make any adjustments for the sake of temperature, I'll make these to either the meat placement and fuel source. If you want more details on my philosophy for maintaining temperature on a charcoal grill, I'll drop a card here to a video for you to check out. Our coals are ready, and we're ready to get our grill grates cleaned and lubed. We'll be configuring our grill to have 2 zones. Zone number 1 on the right side here will have charcoal, and zone number 2 on the left side will not have charcoal. When setting up your grill like this, make sure you place your coals opposite your grill's exhaust stack. That way smoke and the heat has to travel across your food before leaving the grill. That's going to help your food retain and absorb all that smoky flavor goodness. Now, one extra step I'm going to do here is to add some hickory chunks to our coal bed. This is going to help ensure that we further enhance the flavor profile for these baked potatoes. I like to keep my grill open until I see the wood break out into an open flame. That way I know the wood is fully burning and we should get a nice clean smoke. So we just got our potatoes on the grill, and remember, we're cooking using the indirect method today. That means that the indirect, we've got our coals on one side, we have our food on the other side. Remember, the coals are going to be opposite or stack. And what I like about that indirect method, it really resembles a convection oven. You're going to have that heat and all that smoke just start circulating around that grill, and it's going to help ensure that our potatoes cook evenly. Now, the goal for today's grilling session is to maintain that 400-degree Fahrenheit temperature for as long as we can. But we got to be mindful of, we are cooking 12 potatoes, so we'll make adjustments to the cook time accordingly. It's been about 30 minutes since we put our potatoes on. let's go in and check them out. Just want to make sure they're cooking evenly, and we can also rotate them if necessary. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh dude, it's a nice, oh yeah, oh yes, yes, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. I'm just gonna just rotate this one here. Let's go here. I'm just gonna do our ends. This one is larger. It's been about 40 minutes since we were last in here. Let's get an internal temperature on some of these potatoes just to see where we are. In my experience cooking potatoes on the grill, I found that the ideal internal temp is somewhere in the range of 190 degrees Fahrenheit to 205 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the sweet spot for ensuring you get that nice soft tender inside. And as you can see, we're not quite there yet. It's been about 25 minutes since we were last here. Let's get another temperature reading. It's almost there. So it's been about an hour and a half, and our potatoes have not yet hit the internal temperature or doneness or tenderness we're looking for. We've also got to keep in mind that our grill is falling off in temperature. We started up at upwards of 450 degrees, and now we're down in the mid 300s. So we've got to be mindful of that as well. And I think we can probably get the potatoes to where they need to be doneness wise without having to add any more charcoal. So at this point, we're gonna let these potatoes go a bit longer, and then we'll go back in and check them out. It's been about 30 minutes since we were last here, so let's go back in and check on our potatoes. Our temperature gauge is showing 280 degrees Fahrenheit on our grill. I've asked my wife to come out to the grill and give me her opinion on the doneness of the potatoes. She usually uses a knife. I want to compare her opinion to the instant read thermometer.
These are a little bit harder.
And they're coming in like at 199. But you said just doing the...
This one's good. This one's a little bit on the harder side. That one's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah. Like this one right here, and I think.
So we're trying to just check the doneness of these, and I was using a temperature gauge, and I got my wife out here for a second opinion, because that's how you typically check them, right, with your knife. And then let's say you saying that's done, and that's coming in at 195.
Yeah, that's like one of the harder ones. The rest of them are.
You said that's good.
Yeah, that one's good.
And that's coming in at 193. Okay.
Yeah.
So at least 190 is good enough, right?
Yeah.
193 we're saying. Now which one do you think is not, like, based on the...
That one's fine. Huh? That one's fine. Like I said, I think that one was the hardest one we had.
Okay.
This one right here. This one right here.
This one? Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is firm.
Yeah.
So that's 187. So this one needs more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's firm right there. It's firm, yeah. That feels good, actually. Okay. So you ready to pull them?
Yeah.
All right. All our potatoes are looking good now. We let the ones in the back go a little bit longer so they can get a little bit more tender. So let's go ahead and pull them off the grill. Let's cut open our largest potato here, and as I cut this open, let me tell you, this smell is absolutely amazing. It's like a roasted potato smell with a hint of our charcoal and hickory flavor. Man, this smells good. I think we're ready to get this potato fixed up, and let's head to the dinner table. As you can see here, our family really did enjoy these potatoes. Now, it's been a while since I've grilled potatoes, and I was just reminded about the flavor. Oh man, that hickory and that smoky flavor was throughout that entire potato. And that olive oil and that sea salt and pepper really did help that crust crisp up really well. Now, the one thing I talked to you all about is that you should be learning from every grilling session. Now, I've cooked potatoes on the grill before, but I've never cooked 12 big baking potatoes on the grill before. And what we learned from this grilling session is that 2 chimney starters was just enough charcoal to help ensure that our potatoes were done throughout. So definitely be mindful of that if you're gonna cook this large number of potatoes like I cooked today. If you're gonna cook fewer potatoes, you shouldn't have a problem maintaining those 400-degree Fahrenheit marks with 2 chimney starters full of charcoal. So be sure to give this recipe a try and also this indirect technique a try, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, hit that subscribe button and click that bell so anytime we drop a new video, you'll be the first to know. Hit that like button and leave me some comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you're interested in any of the products we used in today's video, we'll leave some links down below. Hope you have an awesome day, and thanks for watching.